Hey, welcome back everybody. We're gonna try something here today. Every year I've been playing pool, you get a patch. So I picked one up at the tournament this year. Buddy man says, what do you even do with those? He says, I don't bother picking them up. Well, truth be told, they just kind of went inside the drawer and forget about them. So it brought me back to something I saw a couple of weeks ago. Someone threw an old magazine I had. These fancy picture frames that they were showing how to do. So I'm thinking, why don't we make this one here to hold those things there? Maybe make it, what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The missing year. We don't talk about that one. 6, maybe we'll make it for 10, 15. We'll see. I'll lay it all out. Take you through this build here. Kind of looks like that. But we'll flip it. We'll do dark wood and a light wood on the inside. Let's see how she goes. All right, this is what I decided on. I found this offcut of walnut from another project, and we're gonna use cherry as the accent. This works out because I only need 19 inches, and I think, oh yeah, we're plenty good. So a good way to use up the scrappy bead. That board wasn't cheap, so we'll use up as much as we can. So we'll cut this down to a rough length. Same thing with this. Take it over there, mill it up, and then we'll get to cutting it. Board's too wide to cut all the way through, so we'll just give her a flip. Line it up the best we can here. Doesn't have to be bang on. Just like that. Okay, so this board's too wide to go in here, so I think what I'm gonna do, we'll just join an edge, take it to the table saw, cut it down the middle, and then we'll be able to phase joint 2 smaller pieces. We'll do the same thing with that piece of cherry right over there. All right, the last cut was awful. I'm not sure what's going on. I checked the blade, it was square. We're gonna go in here and I'm gonna give this a good cleaning because it seems like something's out of whack. It really did. Really did put a number on that. I've never seen my saw do that before. So, and I tested it out. I figured, well, maybe it was because it was a little rocky because it's rough sawn. So I took a sheet of plywood through there and still it was making, yeah, it just doesn't seem right. So we're gonna deep dive and see what's going on here. There's a lot of dust in here. I do clean this out periodically, but I bet you there's something jammed up in here that's causing it to go crazy. So I'll be back with you in a bit. All right, clean it all up in there. Straighten it out. See if it works any better. Helps so there's electricity. Okay, we got some serious problems here. I think it's pinching at the back. So I think somehow that blade got pushed in. Weird. So I'll do a couple more tests and let's see if we can figure out what's going on with this thing. Hey, have everything tightened down now? 0. 10-0. Okay, slapped it back together. Just did a test cut and we're back in business, baby. So back to our regularly scheduled program. Now I'm not sure how long this is gonna take in the video. Maybe I'll split it up into 2 parts. I might not even show it. I don't know. Might cut it. We'll see. But let's get back to building that picture frame. Right, we got all our pieces squared up, ready to go. First thing we have to do, oh, by the way, working much better. That's good. That was a bit of a headache, but oh well, it needs to be done. First part we gotta do here is make 1/2-inch rips out of this walnut. So what I wanna do, so it's in the details, right? I wanna number them as we cut them. Excuse me. We're gonna number them as we cut them. So we're gonna cut 1 1/2 inch, mark it number 1. Cut the second one, mark it number 1 with a couple arrows so that when we go to stick them back together, they'll grain match. You know, it's the little details that'll make this look real nice for my poodle patches. So I'll get to doing that and then we'll cut. How many do we need? 8. We need 8 1/2-inch pieces and we're gonna need 4 1/8-inch ones of cherry. Did I say 1/8 inch twice? 1/2 inch, 1/8 inch. Number 1. Number 2. All right, before we go to glue this up, I've already got the saw, so we're gonna cut this piece of cherry. It needs to be 7/8 of an inch long, and it says they want it 1/2 inch thick. I'm gonna go a little thicker than that. There'll be a little less of a detail, but I'm gonna have a piece of plywood, those patches, and then I'm thinking a piece of acrylic on top. So I want as much meat here as I can. So I'll probably just run that cherry through the planer a couple times, maybe make it 5/8. Yeah, 5/8 might be good. Let's do that. I'm not gonna take you through that process. Next thing you'll see is me cutting these to width. I lied. I'll show you a shot. Why not? All right, got my pieces all laid out here. We're gonna glue them up in pairs. It'll just save on some time if I can get these things to stay. Glue them up like that, and then they should be ready to go in, yes, 20-30 minutes. So we're gonna pair these up so I'll get glue on this too. Yeah, actually used an appropriate amount this time. Oh, okay, stand corrected. I'll just flip them. A little shaky shake. We'll line these up the best we can. I'm just gonna use some screen clamps. Just hold them in place while I get my F-clamps on. All right, we're gonna let these set up overnight and get back at her tomorrow evening sometime. See you then. All right, let's get these things out of here. All right, we got these out of the clamps. What we're gonna do is scrape all the glue off and then take it back to the planer and re-flatten both these sides. All right, before we go any farther, I'm gonna give these a quick sanding. Then we're gonna take them to the router. I'm gonna put that little groove in there, 1/8 of an inch by 1/2 an inch. That's gonna accept these pieces right there. All right, put my straight cutting bit in there. I have it set up flush with the top of these cherry pieces because it's got to go into this piece, and we're going to cut 1/8 of an inch. We're going to run all of these pieces through on one side and then glue them together. All right, welcome back to another episode of Gluing Stuff Together. As you can see, we've got that groove cut out, so we're just gonna glue that together like so. Put a couple over here. All right, 3 more to go. All right, the pieces are out of the clamps. Last thing we have to do is cut a groove right over here to accept the plexi and the back. So I got a 1/2 inch half inch straight cutting bit in there. And I've got it up about 7/16, and we're gonna run this through in 3 passes to get a 1/4 inch slot right along there. All right, the grooves are all done to accept that the plexiglass and the patches in the back there. So now we're going to cut the miters for a frame. Now, if you didn't see me use this in the LED light up acrylic picture frame video, really cool nifty jig to have. It's a miter sled, and all you got to do is we're going to go ahead and cut all our A pieces first, flip them around, and then cut our B pieces. And as long as you match an A and a B together, you know you're gonna have a perfect 90-degree angle. So really handy thing to have. We're gonna go cut these out real quick and then we'll glue them together. All right, we're gonna cut all the A sides first. Well, the A sides are done. I have them marked out so I don't get them all mixed around. So now we're gonna come to the B, and I need 2 of these at 15 inches and 2 at 11. Now there's a couple of them here with big defects. So these will be the 11 inches, this one and this one here. And then these 2 we're gonna cut at 15. So I'm gonna put these up, put a stop block down so we can get these both at the right size. And same thing with these ones, we'll remeasure, put a new stop block on and cut them both to exactly 11. Got my stop block set up, so we can just butt that up against there and we'll get to cutting these. All right, time for the shorter ones. Bye-bye crappy wood. Okay, just threw in the strap clamp real quick just to see how it looks, and everything seems to be lining up a-okay. So now it's time for, well, I definitely know my favorite part is to give this a hand sanding. All right, final glue up. Episode 7 of watching a guy glue stuff together. Ratings are trash. Real important that we line up our seams here. Do a little of that. Same thing on this side. This helps to get the glue even on both the miter joints. All right, go tab. A little pressure. I see some things have started sliding on me already. It's gonna make it easier for me to see what's going on here. Well, that was easy. Just let that sit overnight. Make sure it's good and cured, and then we'll work on the back and the plexi, and we'll put our patches in. All right, well, here it is, all out of clamps. Not too shabby. We're gonna cut the back panels out, give this a coat of spray lacquer, and then figure out what we're gonna do with the plywood that we're gonna mount the patches to. I'm thinking of painting it probably black, but yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So I'm happy I decided to go with the brown. I think that looks a lot better. I was hemming and hawing between that and black, but this I think has a nice contrast with their wood here. So what we're gonna do is lay out these patches, and what I'm gonna use is just a few scrap pieces of wood. And we'll lay out these two top corner pieces, spread these two out evenly, and then work out where these two go. And I'll have to play, I guess, another 6 years to fill this sucker up. We are going to use hot snot. There is a time and a place for this. We don't need a lot. And just a dab in each corner. Move on to this one. Gotta get this stuff. Okay, I just gotta figure out these two. Okay, it actually works out nice. 3 3/4. Tip, tip. Okay, I got lucky, and I can do a 1/2 inch space from top to bottom, and that actually gives me a 1/2 inch reveal all the way down. Nine and 3/4. And tippy tip. There she be. Okay, I got everything put together. I made sure that there wasn't any dust stuck in between our board and the glass. I really have no fancy way of putting this together, so we're just gonna use these 3/4 inch finishing nails and tack him in. Is it the greatest method in the world? Probably not, but it's the back of the frame. Who cares? We'll put one on the top and the bottom. Maybe 2 on the top. Maybe 3. No, maybe 2. Well, there it is. After a little bit of trouble with the saw and maybe the wood too, we don't know. We still ended up with something that looks half decent. I'm gonna throw a hanger on there and stick it here. Yeah, you know what? That's got a nice spot. Right beside my man Cooch and Team Carruthers. We'll throw pool patches right there. Sorry, 92 world champions. You're gonna have to move for now. I'm not gonna be too scientific with this because, well, it's a garage, so who cares? So I'm thinking, right about there. Okay, well there you have it. Got everything back up there. Even found a little spot for the champions. Yeah, really happy with how that turned out, despite our little hiccups at the beginning. But hey, you know, those things happen. Hope you liked it, and thanks for watching.